Music makes up a great part of why we love games, so much so that we expect most games to have brilliant soundtracks. Thankfully, there's no shortage of great artists out there. Anyone who played Nintendo games in the 80s and 90s can recite overworld and battle themes from memory, due to how well the composers worked around the limitations of the hardware. This created the iconic sounds and melodies that we remember so well. As the technology progressed, so did the music, gradually becoming on par with traditional music media. With the advent of the internet, video game music was shared far and wide, further maximizing its impact. In recent years, games such as Hotline Miami have caused a small resurgence in niche genres, such as synthwave, and the gaming community in general has promoted experimental genres like electro swing and dubstep. Hideki Naganuma and other artists have even created their own genres that are loved so much not only from their own merits, but also how well they match the games they feature in. Nowadays, music is an integral part of gaming, and many games feature soundtracks that are tied to the game's programming to progress as the player does. Certain developers have become obsessed with this concept, and the power it gives them to empower the player through audio, to the point where an entire genre of music-based games has been created over the years. Let's go through some of them. The options for music-based games are in such great quantity that narrowing the search is probably for the best. As such, I have divided the genre into 3 styles to better help with recommending outstanding titles. Games that are complemented by music, games that are tied to music, and games that are built upon music. A lot of games use progressive soundtracks and similar techniques to motivate the player, but certain titles excel at this skill. For example, Payday the Heist and Payday 2 especially hone and refine the craft. Almost every track has 4 sections it switches between based on whether it's stealth or loud, and whether a police assault is starting. This means that the music perfectly matches the tension and intensity that would be expected. Electronic Superjoy is another good example of this. The game is a mess of spinning colours, blaring EDM and pinpoint precision, and I mean all of that in a good way. The game has a wonderful style that matches the energetic music, only emphasised by its design choices, which also complement the music. Well, we have to start with the one most people probably think of first. Super Hexagon is an impressive, high-intensity game where you move a triangle clockwise and anti-clockwise around a circle. But context is everything. It's more a game of survival for 60 seconds, of reactions to the incoming obstacles that are in time with the music. The game is so fast-paced that you will fail a lot. But when you even pull off a few flawless seconds, the synchronization with the music makes it immensely rewarding. Cut from the same cloth are Bit Trip Runner and its sequel, Bit Trip presents Runner 2 Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. I'm not going to refer to it as that any more than I have to. You have to jump, slide, kick and bounce off bounce pads to the beat of the music, and as you progress through the level, the song does too. This is very similar to Super Hexagon as it's very punishing. Completing a song is incredibly rewarding. BeatBuddy, Tale of the Guardians is a bit of a different beast. Instead of the gameplay, the level itself is designed to act in time with the music. Bounce pads only work in time to the music and the bubble buggy can only move to the beat, but rewards good rhythm with extra speed. The concepts of the game and the way it uses music are genius. It's just a shame I'm not too fond of it. I really feel like I should love it. The art is beautiful, the electro swing soundtrack is a perfect fit for me, and the level design uses the music to its full advantage. But it feels like it drags on. Maybe it's because each song has its own level which can last up to half an hour, or maybe it's that the levels never seem to have proper build-ups and climaxes like the music itself should. But something feels a bit off about it. Give it a shot if you're interested, it just wasn't a hit with me. Here we are. This is probably the gold standard of rhythm games. Crypt of the Necrodancer. Imagine a dungeon crawling roguelike where, instead of everything moving in time with you, everything moves in time to the beat. This means that your movements must also be in time with the music, and maintaining the rhythm gives you a score multiplier and stops you from dying, because everything else keeps moving even if you don't. This means that decisions need to be made quickly, or, well, as quickly as the music is playing. And learning the patterns of enemies is essential to survival. For example, skeletons move on every second beat directly towards you, so if you move perpendicular to them, they'll be exposed for a turn, the perfect chance to take them down. There are also mini bosses such as the Banshee, which mute the music for a couple of seconds after being hit. The thing is, you still have to keep time with the music, even though it's silenced. Intelligent concepts such as these make Crypt of the Necrodancer a very complex game. Throw in a plethora of upgrades, enemies, levels and bosses and you have a very addictive dungeon crawler. Every game mentioned so far is improved by its music, but, though it wouldn't be quite as enjoyable, each game could work without it. However, games in this section are ones that could not exist were it not for music. They are built upon the songs themselves and would lack any design without audio to direct its attention. Audiosurf is a hover vehicle track game thing that asks for your music and builds a track from it. You switch between 3 lanes to collect blocks in time with the music, and the track changes depending on what song you use. During quiet parts, the track will be in the blue end of the spectrum, featuring slow uphill climbs. And when the music really kicks in, the colours shift to oranges and reds as you speed down a steep slope. The tracks are sometimes designed in a wave style to match the ebb and flow of the music you're listening to, and the game is best enjoyed with many different musical styles and genres. Though the algorithm to match the gameplay to the music isn't always perfect, it makes for an incredibly enjoyable experience, especially when you find the perfect track. Riff Racer is a similar game I found more recently. It definitely takes inspiration from Audiosurf, but I'd also suggest giving this one a shot. If Audiosurf is about melodies and tight controls, Riff Racer is a rhythm-focused game about drifting loosely between lanes, taking cool jumps and spinning around the loops and banks of the track. This is the much more relaxing brother of Audiosurf, and as such, it usually has more consistent matches with the music that you provide. This is a game that I often look to when I just want to put my feet up and enjoy some music. The concept of music-based games is a brilliant one, as it takes an element of gaming that so many people love and utilises it to its fullest potential. Even if you don't check out some of these games, do listen to their soundtracks. It's good stuff.